Hear me out. Oh, girl. I'm not okay. Oh my God.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season.
Ready and cheers. Drink responsibly, ladies. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Drink responsibly. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Also love rosé. Rosé is my favorite. But I also like to disclose in the beginning of this video, if you are my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, anyone in my family actually, don't watch this video. Simply do not watch this video. If you are a guy that I'm talking to or a girl that I'm talking to, please don't watch this video. Because this video is very personal. We're going to talk about periods. We're going to be talking about things that I don't want you to see. So that is my disclaimer, and that is all that you're going to get. But I got a lot of good questions. I screenshot a lot. We're gonna start out strong with this one. Someone wrote in, sexual tension with my ex is so loud when we're around each other. Should I consider a hookup? Absolutely not. They're your ex for a reason, girl. And I would rather hook up with the 7 other billion people on the planet than someone that did me wrong and is now considered an ex. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're just comfortable. And I feel like, girl, we've all been there. We've all been there where, you know, you're sad, you're lonely, you're like, oh, you know what felt good? My ex. You know what's comfortable? My ex. You know what's easy, actually, other than doing the dirty work, doing the hard work, focusing on yourself, making yourself a better person and finding someone better? You know what's easier than doing that? Going back to my ex. Being stagnant, not moving forward. That's what it literally just comes down to. And I have to be honest, like, we've all been there. We've all done that. We've all had our moments where we've been there. But if you're really wanting to be the best version of you, never go back to the ex. And then for this girl talk, since it's near the holidays, I really wanted to focus it around just setting boundaries, being around family, because I know it's really hard to be around family. And I know that family sucks. And it's hard to set boundaries with family because sometimes they don't necessarily respect those boundaries. One of the questions says, how do you stop your family from bullying you for your body? Girl, if you live in an Asian household, I swear to God, love my grandpa. I love him. But he'll just say little comments like, Adelan, you're looking fat, or you gained weight, or you look too skinny, or this. And as much as I feel like I'm a strong person, as much as I feel like I try to not let like comments like that affect me, it does. And I know it sounds silly, and I know that like when you think about it, you're like, they're not gonna listen to me, but I feel like saying something along the lines of, Grandpa, I love you, but comments about my body like this, or comments saying that I'm fat, or comments saying that I'm too skinny, really affects me in a negative way, and it makes me sad. And I wish that you wouldn't say things like that, because it may not affect you, but it affects me. Again, I really love you, but I would really appreciate if you just stop saying comments like that. Compliment sandwich. Compliment what you mean, compliment. How to fall in love with yourself. I struggle with comparing myself to others. We've all been there. Don't even worry. I feel like falling in love with yourself it's kind of like being in a relationship with yourself is almost the same as being in a relationship with a person. So the way that I think of it is, how do you keep up with a relationship with a person? You go on dates with that person. Do you go on dates with yourself? You go to dinner with that person. Do you go to dinner with yourself? Do you make good food for yourself? You know, complimenting that person. Do you compliment yourself? Learning with that person. Are you learning within yourself? Are you reading books? Are you doing things to better yourself? Are you working out? Are you learning how to love yourself more and more and more every day? I would kind of look at it in that sense. One of the questions says, toy recommendations for Christmas. Girl. My personal favorite is the womanizer, and I know you're thinking, Adelan, that's so expensive. I think it's like $100 or $200, but really, really good. And if you want something that's cheaper, I think they have like a travel mini version. Really, really, really good. There's a lot of brands that try to be the womanizer, but there's nothing like the womanizer. And it's not even like a vibrator. It's not like a dildo. It's not like anything like that. It's just, it blows air in and out, and you put it on your clit, and it's just whew, my favorite toy. So if you want something for the holidays. I'm pretty sure I've done a girl talk before. I know it's sponsored by Womanizer. I think I have a code, but I don't know if it's active still. Things to tell my family when they make comments about my ripped jeans. Oh, yes, that always happens. They hate the ripped jeans. You know, I personally feel like you can win some battles and lose some battles. I just feel like don't wear your ripped jeans to the family event. You know, just this one time. I don't wear my ripped jeans. And if I do and they make a comment about it, I was like, whatever. But I feel like that's different than like them telling that you're like too skinny or too fat. Just don't wear the jeans, girl. There's some battles you can win and some that you can't. And they're just, I feel like my family hates the ripped jeans. How to get parents to give you freedom. I'm almost 20 and I still am locked up like Rapunzel. Oh girl, it sucks because, you know, in your 20s, you're still figuring it out. You might have student loans. Like financially, you are reliant on your parents, and it really does suck because when you're relying on someone, you kind of have to like, you know, if you're living under someone's roof, you kind of have to like follow their guidance. But that doesn't mean that you can't set boundaries. And I feel like I'm the worst person to ask this question because I have issues with relying on people, and like I try to never rely on people. But I think my advice to you would be, number one is to work your ass off, because I feel like financial freedom is the best feeling in the entire world when you like can make your own money and you could pay for things on your own and you like feel like you could do things on your own. Work your ass off. And I don't know if that means like working one job or working two jobs or like being a student and also working two jobs. Like every successful person I know has had multiple jobs at one point and is grinding their ass off trying to make things work. So I think I would first of all just say that, number one. Number two is I would just like express to my parents how you feel. I don't know if you can like make a schedule where like, you know, every Friday you're allowed to borrow the car to go out with your friends, or make a deal where every Saturday you're allowed to like go to lunch with your friends and your parents will drop you. I don't know, something like that. I would just express to them how you feel. Like as a 20-year-old, you know, you need to have a social life. Again, I would just do the compliment sandwich. I love you guys and I appreciate you letting me live in the house, and you guys are the best parents ever. But like sometimes I feel locked up in here and I just want to spend time with my friends, and I wish that I had the opportunity to spend more time with my friends. I don't know if that's something where we can agree on, like every Friday I'm allowed to use the car to go meet up with my friends, or every Saturday I'm allowed to go to the movies to watch a movie with my friends, or you guys can drop me off every Saturday. But doing this would make me so happy, and I appreciate you guys so much for letting me stay in the house, and I love you guys very much. Something like that. Someone said, how can I have the pleasure to, I think this is what they mean, squirt? My friends say that I need a toy, but I don't know which one. Okay, so I went on a rampage trying to figure out how to squirt. My one good friend, she said that she squirts all the time, and I'm like, god damn it, I just need to unlock this code. I need to unlock the lockbox. Like, what the f? Like, I know that I have it in me. I know that everyone can squirt. I just need to figure it out. So you know what I found? Number one, take omega-7 vitamins. Those are my wet ass pussy pills. I'll insert a photo of them right now. But that just helps with hydration and moisturization and gives you a wet ass pussy. My favorite vitamins. And number two, everyone squirts in a different way. Some girls squirt from penetration. So like fingering like this, fingering upward in an upward motion. Some girls squirt through their clit, and that could even mean like with a womanizer, like on a high setting. Well, you gotta start off with the low, you know, you gotta, you know, tease a little bit, start off low, and then gradually build out to a higher setting. But I think it's different for everyone. And then even different like positions during intercourse. Like I feel like I'm able to squirt when I'm on top and I'm riding, and I do that kind of like scooty thing. You know, the scooty thing, which like it doesn't really feel that good for the guys, but I don't care, it feels good for me, so I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I do stuff that doesn't really feel that good for me, but they like it, so I'm gonna do what I want. But yeah, there's lots of ways. You just have to figure it out. I personally feel like figuring it out by yourself, just doing your own thing in your own bed first before doing it with a partner, really helps. But some girls can just do it with a partner. Someone asked, I'm very romantic and my boyfriend isn't. He says I ask for too much and he has never experienced it and he can't return it. Oh girl, I'm so sorry, but he's gotta go. You guys have different love languages, and I've been there and I've done that, and he will never change. I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Maybe he will change. I don't know, don't sue me. But in my experience, men like this will never change. They're so set in their ways. They have their love languages. You guys probably have opposite love languages. His is probably quality time and physical touch. Yours is probably acts of service and I don't know, something else, words of affirmation. You guys have different love languages, and that's probably why you guys butt heads, and that's probably why you're like wanting these acts of services and wanting to be romantic, and he feels like he's already giving you so much with his quality time and he's already giving you so much with his physical touch, and that's probably why you guys are butting heads. So I don't know, I feel like if, you know, you're in your 20s and your needs are not getting met, girl, there's so many people in the world, there's so many men in the world, there's so many women in the world that probably have the same love language as you. Why are you trying to make this puzzle piece that doesn't fit so hard? It doesn't fit. You guys have different love languages. Throw this one out, go find a new one. I'm so sorry, break up with your boyfriend. Yeah, cause there's probably a better one out there for you. And I also saw a question, like something along along the lines of like, all men are the same. They just want to use me for my body. They just make me feel like a physical being or like a little toy, and nobody treats me right. Girl, if I've learned anything within the past year, it's that you're just looking in all of the wrong places. If you realize that all of the men are the same, all of the men are the same, no, you're just looking in all the same places. And if you realize you're the common denominator in all of the relationships that you've been in, maybe it's not that all men are the same, maybe it's that you're the same and you keep looking in the same place. Sorry, I'm like firing things out. The rosé got me feeling crazy. But if you're starting to feel like all men are the same, all men are the same, all men are the same, men are just using me for my body, men are just using me for sex, men don't respect me, it's because, girl, you're just looking in all the same places. And if I'm gonna be honest, the dating apps kind of suck. Most of the time, they kind of suck. I would just try and look for men in different places. Realize that you're the common denominator in all the failed relationships that you've been in, and just start trying something new. Try finding men at the gym at Equinox, or like, you know, through a mutual friend, or at a coffee shop, like stuff like that. Someone asked, he wants to end it, but I just can't. Do I have a problem? I don't know how to do it. That's tough. I feel like I am the CEO of just break up with your boyfriend. And this is the perfect example of girls are too nice. We're too nice. And I feel like I've realized that within the past couple of years. I've always been too nice, too nice, too nice. Adeline, you're so nice. You're too nice, you're too nice, you're too nice. And it's a good quality, but also a bad quality. Like, we let these people take advantage of us time and time again. And then we wonder, like, why does this keep happening to me? I'm so nice. Why does this keep happening to me? So you're not standing up for yourself. You know, it sucks that I have to even say this, but you're too nice. And that's a flaw. And most of the time it can be a good thing, because being nice is a really good thing, and it'll get you so many places in life, career-wise, relationship-wise, everything-wise. Being nice is a good characteristic to have, but being too nice and letting people walk over you and letting people take advantage of you and letting people, you know, use you, don't get too attached to these people that just take advantage of you. If someone doesn't want you to be their partner, if someone doesn't want you in their life, you know, why would you want someone in your life that doesn't even want you? You should want someone in your life that is so obsessed with you as much as you are with them, that is so in love with you that you are with them, that is so romantically involved as you are with them. Why would you settle for anything less, queen? Like, you deserve the entire world. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm like getting choked up. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's reel it back. Whoa. You should not be accepting anything less than that. And I wish that I knew that like last year, because I was accepting so much less than that. I was accepting men, or just people in general, that would take all the benefits of being my friend, take all the benefits of being my partner, and give absolutely nothing back. And I was okay with that. And now looking back, I'm like, why was I okay with that? And you know, I feel like everybody goes through that, and everybody comes to that realization. And I feel like it's situations like this where life can try and like make you hard, or make you not want to love other people again, or make you not want to put effort into any other person again. But it's all just like a learning experience. You know, you will fall in love with someone. This is me talking to myself like me 1 or 2 years ago. You will fall in love with someone eventually that loves you just as much as you love them. And you're not going to be the person that loves that other person more than you. You're not going to be the person that puts in all the love and you get absolutely nothing back. You're going to find someone that loves you as much as you love them. I am not okay. And it'll all come with time, and it'll all come with just like you focusing on yourself and you healing yourself, and you just naturally just attracting people that deserve your love. All the people in your life that are just take and never give back to you will slowly and surely just fall out of your life, or move out of your life. And they may get upset. Why are you not giving me that love? Why are you not giving me as much love as you did before? They're so used to take. And you can hit them back with like, well, I never got anything positive out of that relationship. You never gave me anything in that relationship. It was a one-sided relationship. But I promise you, queen, stop letting people take advantage of you. That'll be the best thing that you will ever do. And don't take this as stop being nice. Keep being nice. But notice when people are taking advantage of you, set a boundary, and focus on yourself. You got this. Oh my god, I didn't mean to cry like that. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever cried in a girl talk video. This is the first. Someone asked, what do you think about high school relationships? High school relationships that are the sweetest, cutest, most like wholesome thing in the world, and I wouldn't take it back to the entire world. I feel like your first love is like just falling, and it's so beautiful because you just fall in love. You have no trust issues, no bad blood, no nothing. You just fall in love, and it's so beautiful, and it's such an amazing thing. And if you have the opportunity to fall in love in high school, then absolutely do it. But you know, not all high school relationships end up working out, so don't beat yourself up if it doesn't end up working out. But absolutely do it. It's so cute and it's so fun, and it's, you know, I feel like I always try and put my heart on my sleeve, and I always try to put myself out there. I feel like the more that you put put your heart on your sleeve, the more relationships that you're in, the more that you put yourself out there, the more emotionally mature you could be. The more emotionally you learn, the more emotionally you grow, the more emotionally everything. Oh my god, I love this question. I'm obsessed with this question. I literally screenshot it because I love it so much. Should I feel bad for not letting a guy finish because I felt him about to explode in my mouth? Absolutely not. And you know what? People are gonna hate me for saying this, but I personally believe in women coming first 100% of the time. Ladies first, ladies first. Yeah, why not in the bedroom? Yeah, we should be coming first. And I feel like especially in hookup culture, 100% in hookup culture, absolutely not the case. It's always the men come first, the women never really come, right? We always hear that from our best friends. Oh, did you come? No, not really. You know, normally after a couple hookups, they get used to your body and then you start coming, whatever. But you know what I believe in? Women coming first. What I would do is, in the past, is, you know, with hookups or whatever, you meet someone at a bar, whatever, things go back to the bedroom. I never intend on having sex, number one. I never really intend on it. And this is like my little sneaky little move. I don't know where I came up with. I think I was just drunk one day and I came up with it. I essentially would be like, I am just gonna play with my pussy and you can watch. And I tell my friends that I do this and they're like, Adel, you're crazy. But hear me out. I am playing with my pussy. There's absolutely no way that a man's not gonna join in. So they'll start playing with my pussy, eating me out, whatever. And then I'll end up coming and then it comes to their turn and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed, and then I roll over and I fall asleep. Because you know what? I don't even feel bad for a fucking second. You know why? Because men do this to women all the time. Men do this to women all the fucking time. Oh, you want a blowjob? Well, whatever. You do your blowjob, they come, woman doesn't come. All the fucking time. So you know what? So all the times that men come and the women don't, I'm gonna make up for it. Yeah, I'm gonna come and you're not going to. Yeah, because you know what? Pussy is power. It seems selfish, but it's not, because men do this to women all the time and I'm just playing the game and I'm making it equal. And cheers to that. Boom. And I could get more into it. There's more. You know what I wanted to do? I kind of wanted to start a podcast because I love these girl talk vlogs. I could literally talk about, you know, all these TMI moments for hours. I could literally talk about it for hours. And I was thinking of doing my own podcast. Like, I kind of wanted to launch it for my birthday, which is January 28th. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But I've always wanted to do a podcast. I have so many topics that I could like talk about, like hookups, like my favorite zodiac signs that I've hooked up. Oh my god, I have like so many ideas that I wanted to do. So let me know if you guys would want a podcast where I just talk about TMI, things that you would just talk to your older sister about or your best friend about, because I'm honestly really considering it. I know I always say that I'm gonna start a podcast and I never do, but I'm really considering it for my birthday, January 28th of this year, but I don't know, we'll see. Oh my god, this one scares me. My husband and I haven't had sex in a year. Oh my god! What do? He doesn't seem interested. Girl, did you know that the number one or number two reason people get divorced is because lack of sex? Oh my god, girl. 1 whole year? That's not okay. 1 whole year? Who is he fucking? Is he asexual? Because I feel like, in my personal opinion, no, I actually have seen studies. Studies show at least once a week, a healthy couple has sex around once a week. Or at least 4 times a month. In a whole year? That is not normal. I feel like a part of being in a relationship with someone, the physical attribute is very important. Sex is something, it's not only just like, you know, like a dirty little thing that you do with your partner. It's also just like feeling like intimate with someone and feeling like someone is accepting you for all of your dirty little things that you know, want, or all your dirty little passions or desires, or like your everything. Sex is so much more than just like a physical thing. I feel like it's just like the bonding of a relationship. Girl, I know he's your husband, but you guys have to have a sit down talk about this, because 1 whole year is crazy. I've never heard that. I've heard one of my friends said 6 months and I was like, ah! 6 months? I personally feel like sex is a huge part of a relationship and it's very important. And I would just have a sit down conversation with him. I'd be like, hey, you know, for me and my needs, I really love you, but I really need to have sex. And I noticed that you've just been very uninterested this year and I really do love you. But I'm just wondering if there's any way that we can like talk about getting my needs met. And I don't know if like there's any way that we could schedule date night every Friday and we can go out on a date, feel spicy, have a little margarita, something fun, you know, talk about life, and then like have a little fun afterwards. You could bring me to bed. Role play. Okay, role play is a fun way to do it. Or I know there's a lot of, you know, people that are not open to this, but would he even be open to having an open relationship?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That is so scary. I didn't say her name. That is terrifying. She's listening to me right now. But I don't know, you know, he would be open to this, but an open relationship. I know a lot of couples that they just thrive off of an open relationship. And that doesn't necessarily mean you other people like that is not him. Maybe it's like a threesome, or maybe it's like you guys include someone in the bedroom. You know, you spice things up a little bit. And if you're not into that, then you don't have to be into that. You don't have to like put yourself out there for something that you're uncomfortable with to please someone else. But if you're into it, then be into it. I don't care. But I would definitely have a conversation and figure out how you can get your needs met, because girl, your needs are valid and having sex is important. And as a woman, we have needs, and that's our needs. And there's nothing shameful about that. You guys are married. You got this. I love you. And yeah, get the dick, girl. You got it. This is also a good one. How to protect yourself from unhealthy family members. This is hard because, you know, family's always going to be your family. There's no way that you could get rid of your family. You know, I don't know if it's something where you could set boundaries where, hey, mom and dad, I don't think I'm gonna go to the big family dinner because people just make me feel uncomfortable there. And I love my family. Or maybe it's leaving early because, you know, people get drunk, they say some stuff that's like annoying. Maybe it's like you show up in the beginning of the day and then you leave during the end of the day. I think setting boundaries with the amount of time that you spend with uncomfortable people or people that make you feel uncomfortable can really help, because family is awkward. Growing apart with your BFFs and accepting it. How do you let it go? This sucks. I honestly feel like losing a best friend is just as sucky as losing a significant other, because, you know, we tell our best friends our most intimate secrets, and we tell our best friends like this and this and this and this, and we grow attachments to our best friends. But people come and go into our lives, and it's totally normal. People gain friends, people lose friends, and like some people can be best friends with other people and treat other people well, but may not necessarily treat you well. Or some people just might move, and like, you know, people like grow apart, and it's completely normal, and it totally happens to everyone. I know it's kind of awkward, but I think my advice would be to just focus on yourself. And I know that I say that with everything, but a lot of these issues that I feel like I have, I think it's just like nostalgia and like missing people for what they were and not who they are right now, and like missing old memories but not necessarily the people that they are now. And it sucks because they'll never be that person that they once were, and you may miss that person that they once were, but they never will be that person again. And you may miss those memories, but you'll never have those memories again, and they were done, and it happened, and it's not going to happen again. So I think just focusing on yourself, making new friends, finding people who have the same interests as you. You know, maybe you and this person grew apart for a reason. Maybe they have different interests than you. Finding people that have the same interests as you, and knowing that it's just normal to have people that come and go in your life. Everybody has that. Someone said, why are you not married and have kids yet? Because I'm 23, bitch. And you know what? Some 23-year-olds are married and have kids, but I want to be the young 23-year-old free. I want to do whatever I want. I want to travel. I'm not ready to get settled down. I think when I'm 30, but I'll probably do that. What is your sexuality? I've never said this in a video before, and I finally feel comfortable enough to say it now. But I'm bisexual and I haven't been my whole life, but I just have came to terms with it about like maybe like a year or two ago. And I never really validated myself on it. I was like, oh, like I always thought the girls were hot, but I never knew if I was really bisexual because I've never like been with a girl or like gone on a date with a girl or like slept with a girl or like anything like that. And I always like invalidated myself. I'm like, oh, like it's just a phase. Like, no, you're not actually bisexual. You're probably just straight, but you just like think that girls are hot. And I feel like so many girls probably struggle with this. I even see this in my comments every once in a while. They're like, I think that I'm really into girls, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, I've never tried it, so I don't really know. And I first of all just want to say I wish I said this to me this time last year, or me this time 2 years ago, is your sexuality is valid whether you've been with a person or not. They're like basically the same thing as saying that you don't know if you're straight or not because you haven't slept with a guy before. Like, it's not it's not like your sexuality is valid. If you think that you're attracted to someone or you think that you're a certain sexuality, it's valid. And it's all about just like experimenting and seeing what you like. I don't know. And I used to like hold off on saying it, and I used to like think, oh, it's like such a big deal. Like, people make these coming out videos. Like, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. Like, I think that people will look at me like in a different way, or like some people are still not very accepting of it. And like, I don't know. I think I just like was very scared to say it online because it comes with a lot of judgment, which sucks. But I am bisexual and have gone on dates with girls, and I have, you know, been with girls, and I love women and men. But yeah, I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm like confident in my sexuality, and I know that there's gonna be good comments about it. I know that there's gonna be bad comments about it, and I think I'm finally at a place where I'm confident in it and I could say it, and whatever people will say, I feel confident and I know within myself that I'm just confident within my sexuality. But yeah, I'm also just super happy with where I am in this place in my life, because I feel like I've met people that have validated my bisexualityness. And then like what I mean with that is I feel like I've had people in my life, like partners in my life, where they don't necessarily validate my bisexuality. Like I'll say, oh, I think I'm kind of into girls, like I want to try this, like I've always wanted to do this, but like I don't know, like, and they've always like made snarky little comments kind of like, oh, like it's probably just like a phase, like you probably like just will do it one time and realize that you don't really like it. And like those comments really affected me because it made me feel like not validated in my sexuality. And I feel like right now I'm just super happy because I'm at a place where I surround myself with people that really do validate my bisexuality, and whether that's like a partner that validates my bisexuality or even friends that validate my bisexuality. I feel like people can be very judgy and like they're like, oh, like bisexuality doesn't exist, like it's either like you're lesbian or you're straight, like there's no way that you can't decide. It's like, you don't understand. Like bisexuality is a sexuality. There are lots of bisexual people, and just because you believe in something or you are something doesn't mean that everybody's the exact same. It's about open-mindedness. But yeah, I can get into it more if you guys would really want, but I don't want to make a whole video about it because I feel like this is my first time ever saying it in a YouTube video, and I don't want to make like a coming out video or like, you know, like a whole thing about it. And just because I feel like your sexuality isn't who you are as a person. Like, I'm still Adelan. The Adelan that you thought was straight and the Adelan that is bisexual is the same person. Just because I like to sleep with a certain person doesn't make me different. I'm still the exact same person as I was before you knew my sexuality and before I like expressed who I like to necessarily sleep with and what is my preference with my partners. Like, I'm still the same person. I don't know. I definitely do feel like recently, especially in the year of 2021, people are more woke and people are more accepting of it. But, you know, there still are people that are very old school and they don't get it. Or a little bit. They don't get it. Even like smoking weed, I feel like I still get comments about it. Like, people don't understand weed is legal in Toronto. Weed is also legal in California. Weed and alcohol, or, you know, things that people use. I don't know. Anyways, getting off topic, but I think another question that I also wanted to add, someone said, you said that you were bi, and I was wondering if you had any tips for coming out to friends or family. I feel like it's whatever you're comfortable with. I personally, for me, I had to validate myself first. So I don't know what you have to do to validate yourself, whether it's doing some deeper soul searching, you know, figuring out what you like, figuring out what you like in a partner, going on dates. I mean, you don't have to like mess around with anyone like to validate yourself, but going out on dates and figuring out what you like. And that even works with like even just finding a partner. Going out on dates, I feel like every single date that I've ever been on, I find one thing that I really like about that person and one thing that I don't like about that person, and that forms my ultimate person that I want to be my partner. And I learn something from every single person that I go on a date with. So I feel like just first of all validating yourself and figuring out what you are and what you like. And then I guess number two is deciding if you even want to tell anyone, because you don't have to tell anyone. And I went so long not telling anyone, and like I swear to God, I would like watch Glee and I would like see Santana and Brittany and I would like feel some sort of way, but I would just like suppress it and I would like not like it about myself that I was like that I liked the relationship. But first or second of all, I would just understand that you don't have to tell anyone. It's literally nobody's business who you sleep with. And if you want to tell someone and if you want to let it be free and let it be known that you're bisexual, it's a very freeing experience. Just letting people know your sexuality and just like getting it off of your chest. So number three, once you finally are okay with telling someone that your sexuality or whatever you are, I would just sit them down at a dinner table or a couch and be like, hey, I want to talk to you about something that is very personal to me and is very important to me, and I would really appreciate it if you can hear me out and just have an open mind and we can have an open conversation about it. And you know, you can tell them in any way that you want, but you know, no matter what the outcome is, know that your family will love you no matter what. And I can't speak for every family and I can't speak for every friend, but if it is your true genuine friends and your true genuine family, they should love you no matter what. No matter what your sexuality is, no matter what your preference is. And I don't know if this is necessarily the best advice to give, but you deserve to be free with your sexuality. You deserve to tell people what your sexuality is and like feel the freeness and like feel like you could be your true authentic self and not feel so suppressed. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, don't feel suppressed. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. I don't know what I'm saying. I just like cope with trauma with humor. But yeah, that's what I would do, and I hope that this helps, and good luck with your coming out. Next question. What is your favorite thing about life currently, and Merry Christmas? I think Merry Christmas, first of all. My favorite thing about my life currently is just my friends and my family. I feel like I have such a good group of friends and family. Well, I can't change my family, but I feel like I have a really good group of friends that support me and love me unconditionally, and I feel like I've set boundaries and I know people will have my back, and I've weaved through the good friends and I've weaved through the bad friends, and we've kept the good friends and we've left the bad friends. I feel really good about that. What do you do when you realize that you're always gonna come second in your friendship and relationship? That's a feeling, and I'm really sorry that you feel like that. And I feel like we've all, I feel like I've said that so much, but everybody has felt like that at least once in their life, where they kind of feel second place or they don't feel like a priority. Sorry, Blue's sleeping. She's in, look at how cute, she's in the beanbag. But it sucks feeling like second place, especially in like a relationship or with your partner. It really does suck feeling like that, and I'm sorry that you feel like that. What I would do is, when you feel like second, do you know what people love is space. People who take advantage of other people, they go crazy when you give them space. I personally feel like whether it's your partner or a friend and you always feel like you're coming second place, maybe don't be the first to reach out. Maybe go to a dance class and don't invite them. Just do it for yourself. Or maybe hang out with a different group of friends. Don't invite them. Just do it for yourself. Or maybe spend time with your mom. Don't invite them. Just do it for yourself. All of the love that you put into that friendship or relationship, give like 25% of that more to yourself. Because you know what I hate is giving 100% to someone and them giving you 10% back. And then you're just left with 10% when you gave 100 and they're left with 190, you know? Take back that 25%, put that 25% back into yourself. And then, you know, if they're not budging, then maybe take 35% and put in more to yourself. Spend more time with yourself and find yourself again. I feel like a lot of the times when people fall in love, they lose themselves, which isn't necessarily that healthy. I feel like a healthy relationship is two people who are confident within themselves, who know who they are, who can be individuals, but come together as a pair. They don't rely on each other, they don't depend on each other, and they're not codependent either. I feel like a healthy relationship is two individuals, and if being individual means taking a little bit back and spending more time with yourself, maybe getting a new book and spending that time like going on a drive, go to the beach, read your book by yourself, go to a dance class, hang out with your girlfriends, hang out with your mom, take your dog to the dog park. I don't know what you have to do, but I always find that when you hold back a little bit, those people like get a little bit insecure and they're like, wait, maybe I should give more, as opposed to nagging. You don't give enough to me, you don't do this enough, you don't do that, you don't do that. Of course they're not gonna give back to you. You're nagging. You're being annoying. And I feel like I've learned this in the book, the Why Men Love Bitches book. That book is good, but there's some things that I don't agree with in that book. But nagging is never the answer. You don't do this for me. I'm planning the dates. You never plan the dates for me. I'm always romantic. You're never romantic with me. Of course they're not gonna change. You're nagging. I would just pull back a little, focus on yourself, and I promise you that's like the best way to get someone more interested in you and put more effort into you. And if they don't, that just shows that you just put in all of the effort in the relationship, and then maybe you guys just will stop talking. Ugh. What does it mean when girls brag about their hookups? I feel like this goes both ways. I've met so many people like this where they're like, oh my god, this guy had the biggest dick, and like, oh, we like all night and it was the best sex ever, and like da 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 da, this story, oh, big dick, like blah blah blah, oh my god, the craziest sex ever. I always feel like people like that are always overcompensating, and then the people that don't talk about sex, don't talk about the relationship, nothing at all, and low-key are a little bit judgy about when you talk about sex, when you talk about relationships, when you're open and like putting your heart out on the table, those people I feel like are very insecure about their relationships and insecure about their sexuality. So I feel like it's like having a happy medium. I'm like drunk. having a happy medium of just like having girlfriends to talk about sex to and not overcompensating, but also not being judgy. Just like being normal. I feel like a good friend is supportive of your sexual endeavors. I personally am the type of person where I believe that there's enough for everyone. There's enough men for everyone. There's enough women for everyone. There's enough sex for everyone. Everyone can have good sex. You 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 can have good sex. And just because you have good sex doesn't invalidate my good sex. You know, I feel like some people just get so competitive or judgy with the topic of sex, but I feel like right now I have a good like friend group that I could just like be open and honest with, and nobody's judgy, nobody's overcompensating, nobody's like, you know, rolling their eyes being like, oh, you think you're having good sex? Well, I'm happy. Like, oh my god. You know, we've all come across people like that in our lives. But it's not a competition. It's really not a competition. And just because someone has good sex doesn't mean that you can't. There's enough good sex for everyone to have all around. Someone said, how to confront someone who bragged to a bunch of people about hooking up. I have such a good answer for this because you know what's better than men manipulating you? You manipulating men. So you know what I would say to that is, hey, you know, I noticed that you've been telling a lot of people that, you know, we did something in private, we like hooked up, and honestly to me it just comes off as like overcompensating. Like, do you not hook up with a lot of people often? Like, make them feel insecure about telling people, because that was just a business between you and them. Like, why are they making it such a big deal? Clearly they don't get laid often because they're making it such a big deal. Or you're just so fucking fabulous that they need to tell everyone. Like, Jesus Christ, why are you so obsessed? No, I'm kidding. And I would just say, like, honestly, to me, it just doesn't come off as very classy. And I would make them feel stupid for telling everyone, because honestly, it is kind of stupid. And we live in a society where we praise men for getting laid and we punish women for not getting laid. We punish women for wanting to have sex. We punish women for being horny. And we slut shame women all the time. So like the fact that he's gonna reap the benefits of, you know, him telling everyone that he got laid and he's the man and this and this and this, and you're not gonna reap the benefits of it, yeah, I would make him feel bad about it. And yeah, I would make him feel insecure about it. I would literally go up to him and say, first of all, well, exactly what I said. I've heard and I've noticed that you've been telling a lot of people that, you know, we did things in private and, you know, we hooked up, whatever. And to me, it just doesn't come off as very classy. And also to me, it comes off as overcompensating. And it seems like you don't get laid very often because you're making it such a big deal. Like, do you not get laid very often? Because it isn't cool when people are telling other people about your personal business, because really what happens in private should really just stay in private. And unless it's disclosed between the two of you whether you can tell other people or not, like, it's kind of like that they would do something like that. Because that's happened to me, especially in high school. Oh my god, in high school, when things are so like, it seems like the end of the world, and like there's like 1,000 people in high school, and like when everyone knows it's like the end of the world. But first of all, it's not. When you leave high school, girl, you can move out of the city and never see them again. It's crazy. Unfriend them all on Facebook. You'll never see them again. But I would make them feel bad about it because it's kind of what they did. I'm feeling insecure as I'm a skinnier person for my age. What's your advice? Oh, girl. First of all, I just wanted to say that you are beautiful no matter what. You know, society is so ugly where it's like, you're too skinny, you're too fat. Nobody's ever the perfect weight. And I personally feel like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some people like skinnier girls, some people like thicker girls, some people like a little more of the middle in between. You're absolutely stunning and beautiful exactly the way you are. And before you find a partner and before you find someone that is obsessed with you and like loves your body and loves everything about you, you need to first learn how to love yourself, because how is anybody supposed to love you if you can't love yourself? I personally think that all body types are beautiful. I ain't gonna type, oh god, bad bitches is the only thing that I like. I think all body types are beautiful. You just have to, you know what helps me is following people that kind of look like me. So I feel like before I used to always follow like girls that looked absolutely nothing like me, and I'd be like, I'm so ugly because I don't look like this person. Whereas now I follow a lot of people that do look like me. I follow a lot of Filipino girls. I follow people with the same body type as me. I follow people with black hair. I follow people that look like me, and I'm like, oh, actually, you know what? I actually do like her hair the way that she styled it there. Maybe I'm gonna do that. Oh, I actually did like that outfit. It really fits her body type, and I have the same body type, so maybe I'm gonna wear an outfit like that. Stuff like that really made me feel a lot better about myself. You know what else is good is the mute button. I muted everyone that made me feel about myself. I unfollowed everyone that made me feel about myself, because we all follow people that we think are pretty, but low-key whenever you see them on Instagram, you know, you feel a little bit about yourself. So I would just do that. And then you know what also helped, and I know it's kind of cheesy, but it kind of helps, is I would get little sticky notes and I would put it on my mirror saying, I'm so beautiful. I love my boobs. I love this about myself. I'm a very giving person. All of those things on your mirror just to make you feel good. And you know what? You may not believe it when you put it on your mirror, but the more that you see it and the more that you verbally say it, in the morning you might feel crazy, but in the morning just say, I'm beautiful. I'm Adeline Morton. I'm beautiful. I love my boobs. I love this about myself. I love my hair. And you may not believe it, but the more that you see it and the more that you say it, the more that you'll start to believe it. But I love you, girl, and I hope that, you know, your self-love journey, you got this. I can't even form sentences anymore. I am very sorry. I'm still drinking. How do you get more horny? Because I think I'm not in, am I crazy or is this not making sense? How to get more horny? Because I think I'm not as in the mood as my boyfriend. Okay, that's what she's saying. That is totally okay. First of all, birth control. I don't know if you're on birth control, girl, but birth control doesn't, it makes you less horny. So if you feel like birth control is getting in the way of you getting horny, maybe find a different alternative to it. There's so many other birth controls that you could be on, or you could just use condoms. But birth control can make you less horny, because basically what birth control does is it tricks your body into thinking that you're pregnant, and that's how you just not get pregnant. And then you're just not horny. I also feel like birth control makes you a little bit more dry, which is why I take my sea buckthorn omega-7 vitamins because I am on birth control and I feel like I could be a little bit more wet, so that's why I take those vitamins, because it makes you have a wet ass pussy and it hydrates your skin. But if you feel like you're not as in the mood as your boyfriend, I would even just have a conversation with him, because I feel like I've definitely had that conversation with a boy before where I felt like their sex drive was a lot higher than mine, and I mean, I was like crying because I was like, I just don't want you to cheat on me. And he was like, well, girl, why don't you just tell me? Like in my head, I was like, if I don't have sex with him, then he's gonna have sex with so many other girls, and like I'm not enough for him, like blah blah blah. But like at the end of the day, it just comes down to like just communicating. Like maybe your sex drives are different, but I think it's just about communicating and be like, hey, this is my sex drive. Like I'm really okay with like having sex like once a day, or like once a week, or like 3 times a day, or like whatever it is for you. And like I feel like 99% of the time your partner will be okay with it. It's just about like having that conversation. I don't find pleasure while masturbating, but I enjoy sex. Is that weird? This is from my experience, is maybe you feel shameful when you masturbate. I feel like a lot of traditional like religions and like stuff like that, they shame masturbation. And growing up, I felt so shameful when I would masturbate. I'd be like, I literally, like, don't judge me when I say this, but I would literally masturbate and then like something would happen to me the next day. Like I would like enter a lottery to win like a big teddy bear, and I'd be like, oh, the reason why I didn't win is because I masturbated yesterday. Like I literally thought it was such a bad thing that I masturbated. And I don't think anybody necessarily like told me that the masturbating was bad, but I like growing up just always thought that masturbating was bad. So I think unlearning that masturbating is bad, which it's not. Masturbating is actually healthy for you. Releases happy dopamine, endorphins when you come, you know, it releases sexual tension. Masturbating is really good for you. So I think unlearning that masturbating is shameful and learning that masturbating is good. And maybe that's why you feel like that, because I definitely have felt like that before. This is a silly question because I think it's very obvious, but do you support the LGBT? Hell yeah, I do. I love the LGBT. I love every single person in it. They're always fun. They're always the best. And although I can't like stereotype, there are people that suck. As with everything, that's like saying I love all girls. There are some girls that suck, but we love, we support, and yeah. Cheers to the girls and the gays, because love us. How do us girls manage to get our boobs and our butt bigger? Tips or tricks? You gotta look at my 2013 videos. Like I have literally videos with millions of views of like how to get your boobs and your butt bigger, but I have no idea. I mean, I've been like, boom, working out on my butt. I swear to God, it looks the same. I swear to God, I've been working out for an entire year. My butt looks the same. What do I do? This is me asking you guys, genuine question. But yeah, look at my older videos. Adeline Warren, how to make your boobs bigger. Adeline Warren, how to make your butt bigger. I have videos on it. You will love it. And then, oh my God, I want to finish off this vlog because I feel like it's probably a really long one with these last 2 questions. I really think that they're good to finish it off. Number 1 is, I'm scared of having a one-night stand and I don't want to be bad, quote unquote bad. I first of all want to start off with having a one-night stand isn't bad. Being in control of your body, giving consent, owning your sexuality is not bad. Sex is actually good as long as you do it safely. Girl, wear a condom, all right? Pull-out method isn't 100%, all right? I tell my friends all this, and you don't don't want to catch something, all right? Especially if it's just a one-night stand, wear a condom. No ifs, ands, or buts, all right? But I feel like as long as you wear a condom, as long as you give consent, as long as everyone, both parties are giving consent, do whatever you want. It's your body. Who cares? Who cares what you do with your body? Like, if you don't want to have a one-night stand, there's no judgment. But if you do want to have a one-night stand, there's also no judgment. You know, people have like fantasies or sexual fantasies, like having a one-night stand, you know, role play, this, that, bondage, whatever your fantasy is, like, don't feel shameful about it. All the power to you, queen. Give consent, wear a condom, love you. Okay, and this last question is, what should I do to glow up? And I think that this is such a cute question to end the vlog with, or the girl talk with, because it's just like a full circle moment where it's like, you know, we're focusing on boys, we're focusing on sexuality, we're focusing on all of these outward things, I guess. Well, I guess sexuality isn't really outward. I'm kind of going insane. My brain is all over the place, but we're focusing on all these exterior things, like, how do I glow up my hair? How do I glow up my outfits? How do I glow up my boobs? How do I glow up my butt? How do I glow up this? How do I glow up that? You know what I feel like the real glow up is internal. Do you ever leave someone for 5 years and then you see them 5 years later and you're like, wow, you really grew up? And maybe it wasn't their hair, and maybe it wasn't their boobs, maybe it wasn't their butt, maybe it wasn't their outfit, maybe it was the way that they carried themselves, and the way that they spoke, and the way that they exuded confidence, and the way that they are smiling, the way that they're happy, and the way that you could just clearly see that they've just grown up. I feel like glowing up starts from the inside out, not the outside in. And if you think that, you know, focusing on your outer appearance, oh, if I have better hair, then I just know I'll be more confident. If I get a nose job, I just know I'll be more confident. If I get lip filler, I just know I'll be more confident. It doesn't work that way. That's the opposite. It starts from the inside out. Glowing up starts from the inside out. And if you think that something on the outside is gonna fix something on the inside, you're wrong. I don't know why I'm getting choked up now again. This didn't mean to happen. I think especially living in LA, it's really triggering. Living in LA is very triggering because every girl has like something done, and there's no shame in getting things done. There's no shame in getting things done. I think if something's gonna make you more confident, then do it. But I think that you have to start with the work inside. And it's so triggering, especially when you're on TikTok too, or you go to these events in LA and everyone's so beautiful and their lips are so fillery and like their face is all fillery and their hair is so luscious and their boobs are so Brazilian butt lifted and their like boobs are so like perky, and like you're like, I wish that I had that. I would be so much more confident if I had bigger butt or bigger boobs or bigger lips or bigger hair or bigger whatever. But confidence never starts from the outside. It always starts from the inside. And I've had my moments where I'm like, maybe I would look a little bit prettier with lip filler, or maybe I would look a little bit prettier with filler, or maybe I would look a little prettier with Botox, or maybe I would look a little prettier if I did this to myself. I don't want to come across as like a filler hater or like a whatever hater. Again, if you want to do it, do what you got to do. If you feel like you're gonna feel like $1 million with filler, then do it. But I'm a huge advocate in starting from the inside. So instead of thinking, oh, lip filler is gonna solve all my problems, and once I get lip filler, I'm gonna be 100% confident, and I'm gonna walk in every room, and I'm gonna introduce myself to everyone, and I'm gonna be the most confident person on the earth. It's not gonna be like that. I actually find that girls who start from the outside and think that it's gonna fix the inside end up moving backwards, and they become even more insecure. And, you know, once you get your lips done, then maybe it's not proportionate to, you know, your face, and then suddenly you need to get your cheeks done, and then suddenly that's unproportionate to your eyebrows and you need a little bit of a lift, and then suddenly you get your lift done, and then, you know, your neck is looking a little wrinkly, and then you need to get filler in there, and then suddenly, you know, it's kind of like taking a step back is what I've noticed. But, you know, I've also seen people who have worked from the inside out and they've fixed, you know, their insecurities within themselves, and then, you know, whatever, they get a little bit things done, and then they just feel good. And that's always the goal. But to the question, what should I do to glow up? Here's like a kind of step-by-step routine is what I would do. Number one is I would start from the inside. What would you like to focus on? And what to you is a glow up? Is a glow up confidence? Is a glow up being a bad is a glow up, you know, walking into a room and being able to introduce yourself to everyone in the room? Is a glow up having your shoulders back and like smiling? Is a glow up the way that you carry yourself, the way that you talk to people, the way that you're friendly to other people? Is that a glow up to you? And I feel like once you focus on the inside and you do your glow up on the inside, your outer appearance will just follow. When you're confident within yourself, I feel like all confident people, they first of all just have like a smile to them, and they have this aura and this energy of like happiness that is just around them, and it's just contagious. People who are confident, to me, care about their appearance, and not in a way that's insecure, but they care about their appearance in the way that they dress, the way that they feel. Like they present themselves on the outer appearance as they present themselves on the inner appearance. Like, to me, confident people, it's so effortless because they already are confident within themselves. And say you don't like their hair, they don't care, they like it. And they're confident enough inside to say, I don't care if you don't like my hair, it's my hair, why does it bother you? Is that maybe a problem within yourself, that you don't like your hair and you're, you know, projecting it onto me? Maybe that's the problem. And then I guess number 3 is, I don't know, I just would start a Pinterest. I love Pinterest with my home. I like making boards, and I like Pinterest of like outfit ideas and like, you know, thrifting outfits and like makeup looks that I want to try, you know, watching TikTok makeup tutorials, but all from a place of love, not from a place of insecurity, from a place of wanting to express yourself from the outside inward or from the inside out, as opposed to feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like you need to be pretty to be valid, which you don't need to be pretty. You don't need to be pretty all the time to be valid. And I feel like I've seen that on TikTok a lot, where girls will be like, I feel like I have to put makeup on for anyone to listen to me, and when I'm ugly I feel like no one will listen to me and I feel like I'm not valid. No. Your purpose in the world is so much more than just being pretty, and it sucks that women feel like that, because I feel like we all kind of do feel like that. Feeling pretty or feeling desired by men or blah 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 blah. F that. Literally f that. The patriarchy and the way that men make us feel like we need to be pretty in order to be valid. You are valid no matter what. I love you guys. I'm gonna end the vlog here because I don't know what I'm gonna say next, but if you guys want a podcast, just let me know and I would 100%. I'm really thinking about it, and I don't know what to name it. Give me any podcast ideas. I think I would want to do it by myself, because I did a poll. At first I was like, I do love the dynamic of like having 2 people and the banter and blah 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 blah, but I travel so much that like it would be hard for me to do a podcast with someone. I don't know, and I feel like I blabber on so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Today's merch shout out of the day goes to Genesis on Instagram. She's wearing her Girl Supporting Girls Y2K pink velour set, which is basically sold out. I think that there's a couple sizes left, so if you guys want to check it out, it's linked down below. It's just adelangeL.com. I think we might change it though. I changed the Instagram to Girl Supporting Girls Shop on Instagram. We're kind of doing a little rebranding. It'll be cute. But thank you so much for supporting Girl Supporting Girls. Once we sell out, we're going to be donating $10,000 to breast cancer awareness, which I'm so excited and so proud of us for doing. And then I just feel like this whole vlog was a tip of the day, so I'm not going to do tip of the day. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next daily vlog tomorrow. Same place, same time. I love you guys. Bye. I can't believe Vlogmas is almost over. Let me know what you want for a podcast. I don't want to end the vlog. Love you guys. Bye.